Like, it made no sense. Obviously, like, there's a whole thing where you guys have, like, grown up with, you know, having a, what you call it? Can I dismantle that? Having, like, a jug or pitcher or whatever to be able to put it into. So that's how you know to, like, serve milk and shit. But, like, in Australia and crap, like, we got, like, a carton or, like, a, like, jug, I guess. Like a, it's not quite a jug, but, like, milk stays inside the thing you purchased it in. And yeah, it's just slightly different kind of thing. But again, it's just whatever you've grown up with sort of thing. I do want to go inside, but I don't know if it's going to be like, I don't think it should be foggy inside, but I'll grab her some food and then we'll go step inside. Open that shit up. Yeah, I want to take a look. It should be early enough. If it's still bright enough, we might be good. Actually, I don't have any extra electricals. I was going to say, I might just see if I can, like, hotwire the car as is. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I've actually got to, get the remainder of the electrical skill, which I should be able to pull out those headlights on the car next to him. And then I should be able to go inside, which, yeah, whatever happens to be inside here, electrical stuff, I'm going to have to look around for that. I think there's like clocks. I should be able to dismantle lights off the roof and desk lamps, I think. We had milk bags too, just pure transparent plastic. We cut off the corners to pour. They didn't invent a spout in the 90s. Yeah, see, like, I think a few years ago that probably would have shocked me to hear that somebody's like buys like a liquid in such like a I guess like volatile kind of bagging. Seems a bit weird and stuff. But yeah, when I've actually like watched somebody like demonstrate it and stuff, it makes sense. It's just whatever is normal for like where you are and shit. I'm sure there's a whole heap of like other stuff that's just seems a bit strange or seems a bit different because it's just not what you're used to. I'm pretty sure I haven't done the headlights on this one today, and I don't know if this will give me enough. I've also taken out the radio, so I don't know what the battery actually gives me. Electrical skill. I would think it's just car skills, like just mechanics, but I don't want to potentially not get skills from that. She's also fucking exhausted, so I super don't want to try to clear out the building while she's exhausted and shit. And I just fed her and she's still hungry, but this place could have a cafeteria. I'm just not expecting good stuff. Although food, like gums and shit, might be in here. I could crack the window and go in that way, but I don't want to draw zombies up through here. This just seems, it seems unassumingly quiet. That is my concern with this area. Hey, Alzora and Raiders, welcome in. Like, just kind of hanging out and chilling about weird Australian words. What are you guys up to? What are you playing? Hold on, I'm trying to remember how to do a shout out, because that's a thing. That ain't that ain't it. Yeah, how you been? Hold on. It's been like a hot moment since I did this. And then, like I said, like I've had to, like the week has just like destroyed my brain. It's fine. Yeah, what have you been up to? The battery removing is just car, but you get electrical from disassembling stuff like TVs and lamps. Yeah, I've definitely got some skills from that so far, so yeah. Also, welcome in, Raiders. I'm Prolic, and I'm trying to steal this car. This taxi is mine, and it's great. But my van back at home is at like 4% engine battery, and or engine or whatever. So if I hit anything, it's going to just destroy itself. And I really need like a decent van because I want to go exploring and shit. But I also found this elementary school, which I've never found here before. So I was thinking that it would be kind of a good spot to just kind of, you know, clear out a little bit. The other thing too is oh shit, fuck, hold on, that scared the crap out of me. I was gonna say, I'm like, I need skills. I've walked in here like a half a dozen times, not into this room explicitly, but like, I knew there was a zombie in this building. Like I said, I figured there's gonna be some. Like, holy crap. God, that scared the shit out of me. Lee Herbert. Terrible. Sounds like sherbet. That's it. Just finishing off Hell difficulty in Diablo 2 so we can get back to other. Oh, yeah. Nice. Still playing Diablo 2 on... well, I think I said Thursdays. And there's going to be like a few Thursdays this year where I am not... I might take the paper, but I don't need this like right now. I need electrical stuff to assemble. So I've got like a few... Wait, hold on. I don't want to remove that. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. Yeah, so I'm taking off like a few days this year, like every week or so, to do like rigging of my avatar and crap. So Diablo is supposed to be on Thursdays, but there's a good chance I'm going to miss like quite a reasonable amount of like days of Diablo this year. But like, yeah, initially I was going to play it on like Mondays, and then I'm like, I don't know if I can come in off the weekend and deal with like some of the crap that I get with Diablo straight off the weekend and start of the week. I'm like, that's more of a Thursday issue, you know? So yeah, I decided to like keep it kind of on Thursdays, but at the moment, as consistent as my schedule is and roughly timing and shit, everything's kind of shuffling around a little bit just because like I've got like a few interruptions, like, you know, internet outage and stuff like that. And then I'll have like, there's some public holidays and shit coming up, which this year I'm gonna try as best I can to actually try to align with the public holidays in Australia. Like not all of them, but some of them, so that I can actually like have like the day off and stuff with my partner and shit if that like lines up and crap. That would be kind of nice. The battery moving is just cut. No, I saw that. The cutest giggle ever. I don't know. We did a pretty adorable one the other week. I don't know what I was doing. It's in there somewhere. I think it got clipped. I don't know. It was also a pretty decent eek the other week too. I'm gonna say something else with like the time off and shit. I don't know. So yeah, juggling schedules can be a pain, especially with the infrastructure issues. Outage Sunday myself. Oh yeah. I don't know if we've had like any issues with like infrastructure stuff specifically, but like this one's just like scheduled maintenance in the area kind of thing. So we'll lose internet for a couple of hours at about midnight, which I stream over midnight. So it's kind of, you know, impractical for me to stream that specific day. Or night or whatever, because like I'll get like 2 hours, then I'll get cut off, and like if I haven't saved shit, I haven't saved shit, you know. So kind of a little bit impractical, but I figure I'll just do rigging and shit instead, because like I sort of don't need internet for that necessarily. Like for tutorials, kind of yeah, but like I can kind of watch them in advance to midnight. I don't know. I kind of figure like there's going to be like a stupid amount of zombies in here, like somewhere. I want to disassemble this if I can. So I'm trying to get some electrical skills so I can do hot wiring of the car outside, but I also kind of need to scavenge for some food in here as well. I do feel like there was something I was going to say about like the day off, something to do with the public holidays. Oh, that's right. April. In April, I will probably schedule to do the movies that you guys unlocked in the Billathon. I haven't got like specific days, but I know Easter is in April again this year. I know last year it was over my birthday, so we did the Easter long weekend watch party with Star vs. Force of Evil, which is what you guys like voted for and shit. This year I've got 2 movies to set up for you guys to like vote on and shit, so yeah, it should be like old movies. I might actually take some of the electrical stuff home. I don't know if I'll need it. I just don't want the light bulb and shit. So yeah, it'll be older movies, and I'll set that up probably towards the end of the month, so that you guys can then vote on which movie and the runner-up, and then we'll watch them in April sometime. I don't know specifically what week, but I've got a couple of weeks in April where I'm not rigging as much, so I should have more days in the week to be able to help announce that the event is happening and shit. Plus, as always, like, my birthday's in April and shit, so I'm going a bit lighter in April for that anyway. They're all just hiding in the lockers. There is some food in, like, gum in the lockers and stuff like that. Like, I'm not super critical. Like, we are very hungry. I do have a chocolate bar on me, and I think I still have ravioli in the car, but I don't want to hit the ravioli up because it's the last food I've got. So if I can find other stuff, I won't have to immediately go home. I will hydrate. Hold on. There you go. Alright. So, I pulled apart that. I don't think the chair will get me any. I do need to keep my fucking bat out because that little jump scare. Also, I think there's supposed to be like roof lights and shit that I can pull apart in certain parts of the school. And like wall clocks and crap. What is this room? So I'm like genuinely... Oh, it's upstairs. Oh, I like that there's a door on it. That's nice. So I'm genuinely concerned there is going to be a zombie in here that I can't fucking see, that just busts out of like nowhere and scares the ever-loving shit out of me. Because like this area has been really, really calm, quiet. Like I've heard like a small amount of zombie noise. I know there is a zombie in here. We found one, we killed one, but like I feel like there is more, and they're not exactly just jumping straight at me. We've already cleared that room. This area is like really dark. Hold on. So I want to clear over to this side near my car first. This is also like a rather large building now that I'm looking at it. It goes like quite a distance. There's like a gym over there. Could be a cafe. A cafeteria. Fucking schools and cafes. Alright. What the fuck is in here? I feel like if I'm not prepared for a corner, I'll just get jump scared. Okay, we got water source here, and I can open up this. So now I can get back out easily. So yeah, I've been kind of like ripping apart a car outside because it's right next to another car that I really, really would like to take home. It's got really nice boot capacity, and it's just neat. So yeah, that's what I've been kind of like sort of skittling away at for a hot minute. But, you know, I'm here, so, and this is a school, so in the event that I can, you know, take additional books home and crap, I will. I kind of wouldn't mind taking some of these, like, basic red ones and shit just for her to read, because I used to take a lot of them, because I didn't know what did and didn't do skills, but she's constantly, like, at breaking point, tense or anxious, and I'm just like, anything to calm her ass down would be so appreciated. Also, I couldn't see up in this corner. I've read the other one. So yeah, I'm also trying to like, obviously scavenge for books while I'm here. And there's a dead mouse in that. As far as I can tell, this room is like clear and empty. So we should be good to just take shit apart. But yeah. I think if there was something else, I feel like there's like another event or some shit like that that I'll do sometime later. Oh, the continuation of the Rimworld, building a ship to get off world. So I know that got extended, and it was like right at the very end of the event, like after I'd launched the ship. So I've come to the conclusion that what I'll probably do with that, I might do another try to build and defend a ship event again. Where it's like another week-long event, but I'll try to do it fucking better. And we'll see how we go for stuff, because like last time we just managed to scrape by, and last time we almost, like I almost lost like the colony right at the end because everybody started starving because I stopped food production, and that was just like non-stop. But yeah, I'll probably plan to do like another one of those. I don't know if I'll change any of the difficulties or whatever, but I thought I'd give a heads up that that will happen sometime later this year. I just don't know yet when. I sort of want to grab all like the shitty sheets of paper and stuff like that too, because like I can, that's a bit morbid, I can set that shit on fire when I light like a fire and stuff. But I'm still looking for an antique stove. I don't want any hints or clues on where that is, but if I find one, I find one. If I don't, I don't. Winter will be very interesting if I don't find one. There are a lot of newspapers. There's a lot of matchbooks in this school, honestly. She's a little bit sore. She's got some threatening letter. This school has some interesting stuff inside these drawers, honestly. A T-square. Interesting. Alright, cool. So I should be able to pull apart the calculator. And I should be able to pull apart, I think there was something else, the radio. I know she's taking damage because all this shit is heavy. I don't usually kind of hold on to like all the electrical shit, but I kind of feel like I should this time because I feel like maybe it'll be useful for something later. I'm not 100% sure for what, but yeah. I think I've got almost everything else. I want that to go into here as well. I will need the flashlight to stay with me in my inventory. And the radio I'll probably disassemble when we get back into the car because it will hit nighttime before I can... I don't know if there was a... I think I got the light in here. So it'll become nighttime relatively soon. That's why I'm like, if I've got the physical like radios and stuff, I'll just dismantle those in the car at night where I'm like safely inside. Although I may hit it soon enough, and I don't know which one's more powerful for like towing, but I would assume that like the nice van would be able to like bring my taxi home. Because like I would like to clear the rest of this place, but once the van is hotwired, even if I die trying to clear the rest of this place, I already have the van, you know? Plus, I can always come back here. I was only out here looking for a van because I want to go on an adventure. I want to, like, go to some places before it hits winter. I also really need to find a fucking antique stove, and I don't know where to look for that, but I'm trying. Like I said, no hints, but, like, I'll find it or I won't. If I don't, I have got... get your torch out, love. I have got 2 rocks so far. And I could use... I'm just going to pop these open too. I have 2 rocks and I have a lot of wood. And my thought process is, in the worst case scenario where I don't find a stove, I will make like a little campfire. And it won't keep us like super ultra warm, but it will have to do. I don't think there's anything through here. So... is antique stove like a wood fire pot belly thing? Yeah, basically, kind of, but like, you know, it's like the old sort of era stuff where you could kind of like cook on it and stuff, you know? Like it has like a top surface, kind of like cast iron standalone fireplaces, essentially in Australia. And we'll check out over here as well. What else? I sadly don't know where most of this stuff is in the game. I'm terrible at it. Usually end up becoming Lord of Agriculture. Well, the thing is, like, I'm still, like, trying not to, as best possible, to get spoilers or anything. Or, like, where things are. Like, no hints, no direct, like, telling me where shit is or stuff. Like, I don't want none of that. And so, like, whenever somebody, like, tries to tell me exactly where something is, I'm just like, I don't finish fucking reading their sentence and or, like, I time them out. So... I don't have to. Whichever is my like default response, honestly. But yeah, I don't want to be told where something is because like when I play a game and stuff like that, there's only like a finite amount of time that I can play something before I know where everything is and know how to do everything and all that sort of stuff. And like it takes the length of time that I can find enjoyment out of a game away from me. Which, you know, especially if like you're a fan of me, like playing the game, that's not a really good thing to do because like it will just make me less enjoy the game, you know. So far all these are shut. There is a kitchen. There seems to be like no zombies out in the hallway. I'll just it's kind of starting to get dark, so I'm just going to see if I can find a little bit of gum. I could check out the kitchen. That's probably all stale stuff. None of that looks fresh. There's a magazine and a comic book. Actually, there's lighter and shit in here too. I'll take all that shit. I'm gonna warn you, Zomboid car physics are weird. And big vans tend to have low HP and the bigger vehicles do worse with towing. Unknown reasons, depending on the tyres, your taxi's engine. I think some of the models of Potbelly stoves have cook plate tops on them. Maybe. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen too many like Potbelly stoves, you know, for like reference of it. Also, I have used like the taxis and stuff to haul shit back before. It really just depends on whichever one's kind of faster for towing. But like, I'm probably not going to tow the vehicle overnight. I normally speaking would drive one car home, walk back and collect the other one. But I also know that this is reasonably far and I kind of feel like that's going to waste resources getting here because I'll need to hop into like a few places to get, can I dismantle that? Oh, I can. I'll need to hop into a couple of places to be able to get water on the way because I'll only be able to carry one drink bottle and some kind of food, some kind of light, non-perishable foods. Like there is the, what do you call it? The petrol station on the way. I could clear that of zombies on the way back and then like that would allow me, let me go back out to my car. That would allow me to get in there to get food at night, but I also kind of don't want to do that if I don't have to stop in there at this time, you know. That's it. Taxi might be better at towing. It probably is going to be. I honestly considered it anyway because then any of like the wear and tear of like knocking into things while I'm trying to tow a car would take the damage instead of that potentially, ideally, but we'll have to see. Okay, so she's got some electricals to pull apart. She's got some shit she can read. So I'll get her to read some stuff while we still have enough light to read. And I'll do the word search and shit. And then I'll get her to probably eat. Would be a good idea. We'll open and eat all of that. She's not going to actually open and eat it. She opens things and then I have to tell her to eat it afterwards because she puts the can opener back in the other bag. So that's generally what happens. After she's eaten this stuff, I'll get her to dismantle that. There should be enough light in the day for her to still do that, and it won't take too long after she's eaten. So, well, after she's opened the thing, so I should be able to open it all up and eat it and stuff soon. Surprised no one's made a ProcGen mod for the game that moves stuff like that. What do you mean? What, for like the towing stuff or for something else? I may have like zoomed past said conversation. So for towing engines, horsepower, stat, and tires, condition, air pressure matters most. I mean, yes. Like, obviously, if you don't have a wheel or if your tire pressure in one of the cars is, like, causing you to, like, veer off the road, like, yes, that affects you and stuff. But, like, I have found that, like, sometimes I've been towing vehicles home and, like, you know, and only go if, like, whatever is the bigger car usually goes in front for weight as well. But again, also just depends and shit. So, like, I've towed some cars before. There we go. We got just enough to do it. We can have our food, and in the morning, I'll get her to hotwire that car. And then, as much as I want to clear the rest of the school, I don't really need to urgently right now, because we just used up the last of the food, and I have like 1 and a bit water bottles left. So that will take me most of the time to get back, unfortunately. Because I don't think she can look at the map at the moment. She should be able to sleep. I think she's had her food. I thought I was waiting on something then, but she's not. But yeah, she's gonna have like another shitty night's sleep in her car. I gotta admit, the bigger cars don't seem to give them like neck pain or pain in general as much, I've noticed. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but yeah, it is interesting. Alright. So screwdriver can go on that. I want both of the water bottles on me. Somebody's screaming again. I don't believe I have any other food in this car at all. Let's go hotwire this. For some reason, Zomboid car thing makes having heavy car in front worse. Does tend to tow better. That's fair. I mean, It's still just depending on the car and stuff. Like, I'm just hoping I don't destroy this on the way home because, like, look at it. It's otherwise pretty good. It's got, like, a kind of crummy door, a little bit crummy tires, and that's, like, it. I also need to put fuel in it, but I don't technically need to put fuel in it right now. So what I wanted to do, the only good thing was this thing was unlocked. If I had to smash a window to get in here, I very likely would have probably gone to another vehicle, you know. I probably would have looked for another one, but this is like 140 odd boot capacity. The reason why I'm so invested in that shit, it should start. There we go. Alright, cool. Yeah, the reason why I'm so invested, actually, you know what I should do? Is I should just use that 1% fuel if it's still got any, just to scooch it around the corner a bit. I maybe wasted something. I just need you to line up enough. Like that. That'll do it. Because that way I can line them up. I'm probably just going to use the taxi anyway. But yeah, I'm extremely low on food, so I can't really fuck around with it anymore. I do feel like the taxi is like low ridering with the fucking back wheels though. I feel like it's hanging down low back there, you know, unnecessarily so. Oh, of course I fucking booped it. Can't have any kind of a good pristine car without me smacking into it at some point. Alright, that's a little bit close, but that's about as aligned as I can get. I also have found that the straighter I can line this shit up, sometimes the better it tows, because it doesn't hang off one side or the other. I don't know what the deal with that is, but this is about as straight as I can get the two of them to be. And let's see where we're going. I'll have to erase that too. So I think I can get to... I'm not entirely sure. Nobody spoil it. I think I can get to that from here. I'm going to try to go that way first. I don't super want to zip down that, but I think I can get most of the way on the road and then get back onto it either here or there without there being blockages, and then I will have to be on that to get through that bit. Okay, we'll see how we go. One thing I have learnt is the forward momentum of starting to drive. Oh, goodness. Really fucking matters. Because I've had a few cars where the it slows right down after you take off, and then it's just done, pretty much. Like you don't get more mobility back. That's also a good car, but this is better. I also just like getting the ones that have like details. I liked getting the ones that had like no particular specific artwork. Or are we slowing down? Slowing down because I'm going over a side bush. Fuck, hold on. Yeah, there we go. I also do know that I can kind of get that extra boost. Stay away from the tree, love. Oh, it's no longer lined up. Fine. I remember that there was a church here because I have been in this area before. I found a grocery store once. And that kind of like kept us alive for a bit. I also found a turkey farm. Oh, we're losing mobility again. I think it's because it's gone really far off to the side. It's just going to be a... Whoa, fuck, I didn't even consider this. I don't know if I could just take it wide around the outside or if we could fit past the damn truck. Tree. Tree's the word. I'm going to have to take it real close to that tree. Don't hit the zombie. Don't hit the car. That's not too bad. That's not too bad for, like, my, like, you know, situations. I also hope that it doesn't really, like, smash into my own car that much. I'd love to be able to, like, look around while I'm doing this. And we're losing mobility. It makes me wonder if certain roads have actually got, like, a light incline and it's implied in the ability for your car to get speed. Like, that would be pretty cool. Imagine that. Like, you're driving around and then your car loses, like, speed. So, like, your ability to outrun shit is, like, lessened and stuff. And then on other areas, it's, like, substantially faster. There's a higher risk of you actually having, like, a really dangerous fucking crash. Because, you know, you can't tell that you're, like, rocketing down the fucking street at whatever speed, you know. Or, like, why you can suddenly go so fast. It would be kind of neat. Like, keep safe, Kentucky. Alright, I'm guessing that's that particular... what do you call it? The radio wave one? Hold on. I don't think driving in the middle, dead center of the road is giving us good mobility. I find that like driving in the middle of the road causes the car to kind of veer. I don't know if this is like a thing. I also did not check like the condition of my taxi before I started this. But I mean, I'm super glad I've got 2 tanks of fuel in the thing and that I filled up the car entirely before we started this adventure, because we're gonna burn through it real fast. Alright, after I pass the service station, I will have to go up onto the railroad. You know, the other thing too is in my last save, I actually had a trailer. I had like a couple of trailers and they were super fucking useful. Obviously at one point the trailer got like kind of damaged and it was getting to a point where like shit would fall out. That was a whole thing. But like I have not found a single trailer. I found like an animal trailer at one point, but it didn't have the real capacity to like hold on to stuff. And I'm wondering if they've decreased the number of trailers and or if like it's, I don't know, if it's just rarer spawn.